guys, so I already have my chicken wings here and I already washed mine in a little bit of lemon juice. So what I'm just gonna go ahead and do now is season my chicken wing up with just some all-purpose seasoning salt. Meanwhile you're doing this, you wanna have some oil preheating on your stove. So once I've rubbed in all my seasoning salt, I'm gonna go ahead with 1 tablespoon of sugar. And I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle that all over my chicken. And what this does is it basically cuts the salt content a little bit so that the chicken is not as salted. And it also gives it a pretty delicious flavor. Alright, so once my oil is nice and heated and it's getting there, you want to go ahead and put your chicken wings to fry. So basically once I've gotten enough in here, I'm going to leave these to fry until one side is nice and crispy, and then we're going to turn it over. You don't have to crispy fry yours. You could just fry yours until it's brown on one side, and then you could just turn it. So I'm just gonna leave this batch to fry, and then I'm gonna come back in a bit, and then we will go from there and flip them. So on my cutting board now, I have my seasonings, and I'm using an onion, sweet peppers, and a tomato. So I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up my onion now. You could chop it up in whatever shape you want. It's really up to you and basically what you prefer. I am vlogging on a new camera, guys. I'm vlogging on my new Sony Alpha A5100. I actually bought this camera for vlogging on my main channel, which is in my about section if you're interested. Alright, so far our chicken's looking really good, and this is pretty much good enough for me because I don't want mine too crispy, but you can get yours pretty much however way you like it. It's really up to you. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn mine onto the other side. And then I'm just going to fry these. So this one's not ready just as yet. So that's okay. Some of them might take a little bit longer, and that's okay. So once I'm done, I'm just going to add the rest of my chicken in to fry. Wow. Whoa. Don't worry, the camera is pretty far away. It's not as close as how it's showing you. Alright, so here I have some fresh mushrooms, and I'm just going to go ahead and wash some fresh mushrooms now. And these I'm going to add to my dish. I love mushrooms. They're so awesome, guys. Like, don't beat it till you try it. They are really, really delicious. So after I'm done washing, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the ends. You don't have to remove the ends of your mushrooms if you don't want to. It's strictly up to you, but I'm just removing mine just for the sake of removing them. The dish eats just as great with or without it. So I'm going to cut my mushrooms up. You don't have to cut yours if you don't want to. I'm just cutting mine in half. You can throw yours in the pot whole. Either way, it tastes great. Even though the whole ones, I'm not gonna lie, they're just extra juicy and delicious. Tell me if these don't look divine right now. Look at that. Alright, so now that our chicken wings are all done, I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil in my frying pan. Just a bit. And just spin that around. Now I'm just going to bring my seasoning and saute them in my frying pan just a bit. So I'm going to add a bit of seasoning salt. You can season this however way you like. It is really strictly all up to you. I'm going to add a bit of parsley flakes. And that's it. I'm just kidding. That's not it. Hang on. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit of ketchup. About maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons. Really depends on how much gravy you're making. And then I'm going to add some barbecue sauce. I'm using the original barbecue sauce. You can use whichever one you have at hand, whichever one you like. Alright, next I'm just going to add a bit of water. And then you want to just mix this all together now. And this is going to cook down nicely into a very nice gravy. You want to make sure you add enough oil because it is the oil that's going to help this to cook. So we're just going to let our sauce cook down for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just give it a little chance to cook down, and then we'll come back. You can cover your pot if you have a big enough pot cover. So I'm just cooking about 2 cups of rice to go with my dish. Just regular pre-boiled rice, long grain. I know some people say they don't wash their rice, but I wash my rice. It's just a personal preference, but it's really up to what you choose and what you like. And then once we finish washing this, we're gonna put this on our stove and let that come to a little boil. Just add a little bit of salt and a little bit of butter, and then cover that and leave it to simmer away. And then turn your stove down once it starts to boil. All right, and that's our timer. So it's been exactly 10 minutes since my sauce has been cooking. It smells divine and it looks amazing. My seasoning are not fully cooked out. They're still a little bit crunchy if you're one of those that like a little chew in your plate. If not, you can cook it out a little bit more. So now that my sauce is completed to my liking, I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken wings to the mix. It looks amazing. Wow. So what you want to do now is, with your stove on low heat, you just want to mix this all together. And this is where the delight and the fun part comes in, guys. So when you're ready, you can go ahead and add your fresh mushrooms to this. These do not take long to cook, believe me. They just need to soak up a little bit of this juice for about 3 to 5 minutes, and they are all set and ready to go. You can add as many of these as you want to your dish. I'm gonna add everything because I just love mushrooms. Like, they're so delicious. Look at them. So once I'm done that now, I'm just gonna stir all of this in. Just get all of this right into the juices. And then I'm just gonna let this sit there, cover it. I'm gonna let it sit there on the stove on low heat for about another 3 to 5 minutes, and then your dish is pretty much all ready to serve once your rice is completed, noodles, bread, whatever you want to serve this with. So go ahead and enjoy. See you for the next dish, guys. Tell me that doesn't look good right now, guys. Tell me that doesn't look good right now. Alright, I'm just here to be a tease. Let me get out of here. Thanks for watching.
So you say you wanna get away.